6. If you saw London's Evening Standard last night, you'll see that London's taxi drivers are angry again, lashing out at plans to slash fares for longer journeys late at night. TfL, Transport for London, is launching a consultation on the proposals. It will reduce the higher late-night tariff, running from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. by 26p a mile. The minimum price for a journey would actually increase from £2.60 to £3. A rate for longer journeys, currently imposed after 6 miles, would only kick in after 12 if the proposals go ahead. But taxi drivers are already angry. Steve McNamara is General Secretary of the LTDA, the Licensed Taxi Drivers Association, the biggest organisation for the men and women who do this vital job, joins me now. Mr McNamara, what is the problem with this? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, London. I don't know there is a problem with it, Nick, to be honest with you. The Standard have sort of got the story from a few people on Twitter who are probably not even aware of the proposals in detail. What happened? TfL launched this consultation on Tuesday, very late Tuesday afternoon. And we don't even know how it's going to affect us yet. What we need to do specific calculations on specific fares. So as an example, the West End to Blackheath currently goes X at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 10 o'clock at night and 3 o'clock in the morning. What's it going to go under the new proposals? And we haven't even had a chance to do these figures yet.
But you guys are like computers in your heads, Mr McNamara. You can probably work out the impact on most of your journeys. I don't know, Theatreland out to Blackheath or Richmond or Twickenham, wherever you want to go. You can do that in your head now. Come on, Steve.
No, Nick, if you knock 26p off a
what is the mileage rate? What is the rate currently?
The rate of tariff 3 at the moment, I think, is 3.96. Right. So they're talking about taking it down to 3.70. So it's 26p a mile. Right. But then you've got to remember, you've got to factor that the flag fall, the initial hiring, is going to go from £2.60 to £3. Right. So depending, if a journey only went a few yards up the road, you'd be 40p better off. Right. So these things, we've got to really sit down and look at it. The way it works is on increments on the meter, and what will happen is the meter will click up at different rates at different amounts. It genuinely is very complicated, but I think what we need to look at here is why are taxi fares in London regulated, and why are they set by the Mayor and Transport for London?
Hang on, you wouldn't want the Wild West, would you? You just want bargaining with people?
No, Nick, I wouldn't want the Wild West, which is exactly why we've got this system. What we don't do is what our competitors did during the tube strike on Monday and charge 3, 4, 5 and 10 times their fares. We don't do that. The Mayor sets their fares. We negotiate with him and try and come to, what it should be. But the other thing I would say to you is we think this is a bit premature. The reason this has come about is because of a certain report that was written last year, this policy exchange document.
Well, I wrote that.
I know you did, Nick, and that's, I don't think you quite realise the influence that you've got. And as a result, this has come about. And we're in favour of looking at it, but what we said to the Mayor is, from September this year, every new taxi in London will be an electric vehicle. It totally throws the dynamics out. The vehicles are going to be more expensive to buy, but cheaper to run. Are the servicing costs going to be more? The servicing costs going to be less? We need to throw that into the mix. So what we've said to the Mayor is we're happy to look at it now, but we think you've done it a tad early. But hey-ho, we'll calculate the fares, we'll see how it affects us, and we'll make a decision then.
Let me know what you... What's the timetable, lastly, briefly, Steve, on this? Do you know?
And, the consultation ends, I believe, on the 16th of February. You can view it at TfL online.
Well, let's talk. Make a note. We'll talk coming up to the 16th of February. I'm waving at one of my colleagues to put it in the diary. In the diary, to see what the men and women that you represent make of it. Steve McNamara, must move on. Thank you, General Secretary of the LTDA, Licensed Taxi Drivers.